All right. Apologize. My Zoom did an update at the last minute, as it so would do. Nonetheless, I'm Coach T. Tonight is very exciting. For one, I would like to play a recording of one of my mentees on a call today with a wholesaler, which was pretty cool, guys. It was really cool because it took me by surprise. I got an email saying, hey, I just emailed you a link that you may want to play over the call tonight and let folks know how we're doing business down here and how's things going. And I'm pretty excited because I just listened to it and I didn't listen to it earlier. So it's pretty cool. So right now, I am going to take out a few minutes just to allow y'all to hear one of the mentees on a call doing a wholesale or trying to work a wholesale deal and see where it goes from there. Let me find it. Just open. Gotta go back to my, let's go back to my downloads then. I'm all over the place right now. And I think you'll find this very interesting. I found it very interesting myself, for sure. All right, let me go back into my email. But other than that, the real estate, what's going on in real estate? It's a lot. I'm listening to so many different podcasts dealing with real estate. I'm listening to so many, I'm talking, having a conversation with different investors. Right now, it's wide open. It's wide open. The real estate agents are having issues. They're getting, a lawsuit going on right now. I don't know if you know about it, but they're trying to say that multi-listing services are basically taking advantage of people, and they're disappointed with the amount of money you have to pay the buyer and pay the other person, the people when they make a deal. So they got a lawsuit going on right now. If that happens, all right, let me see if y'all can hear this. I hope you can. I'm gonna pause right there to play this real quick for you. I hope you can hear
it. Hey man, I'm blessed and I can't complain. But this is Caleb, man. We might have spoke before. Your name's not familiar, but I'm calling you about a property I believe you own at 3319 Clark Boulevard.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so just reaching out to you to see, have you ever considered selling that property?
Oh, no, not this time.
Okay, I understand that. Would you ever have any other properties that you might want to sell?
No, not this time.
Okay. You said not this time, huh? I guess the market just too.
I'm a buy and hold. I got kids, so it's gonna pass down.
Oh, so you understand that. You're trying to keep that generational work going in the family.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Hey, well, props to you, man. That's what I'm trying to get to. I'm trying to make as many as I can as well to keep you. You look for. Are you currently buying right now, or are you just kind of sitting back?
I'm always a window shopper. If once to catch my attention, then I move in.
Okay, I understand that. You say you might move in.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah. If it's something that catches my attention, it makes sense. With my dollars, and yeah, it ain't buying season for me, but if price is right and the deal makes sense to me, then yeah, I move forward.
Okay. Hey man, well, I come across a lot of properties and a lot of deals. We try to buy a lot of them, but we can't buy them all for ourselves.
Right.
But those that we don't buy for ourselves, we try to push them out to investors like yourself that try to that's trying to build
on that list.
All right, I'll put you on the list. Are you interested in doing like any creative deals? Like, have you ever heard about Subject 2?
Say it again.
I said, have you ever heard of Subject 2?
Oh yeah. I got a whole I got a partner who do all those Mastermind classes about that. He got me on.
Okay.
It's just my time is limited, so I don't do no leg work like talking about.
Okay, yeah. Well, I can do all the leg work for you. Yeah, ain't no problem.
Okay.
Well, who you talking about? What partner?
Terrence.
Terrence? Oh yeah, man. That's my guy. Terrence, that's my he's actually my one of my mentors.
Oh yeah. He's a guru. I mean, whatever he's telling you, hey, it's real.
Yeah. I know it. I'm kind of hard headed, but I try to listen to him as much as I can. I do everything that he tells me to do, pretty much. But
it's real.
He definitely know what he's talking about.
Oh yeah. I knew him before he was where he is now. So.
Oh yeah.
And, he put his mind to it. He make it happen. I ain't lying. Better man than me, but he makes stuff happen.
Yeah.
Yep.
For sure. Well, man.
Well, I mean, that's all y'all need to hear right there. So the interesting about it is, and I'm sorry that it was low. It was real low for me as well, and I apologize for that. But that's one of my mentees calling around trying to find deals, and from there he ended up being on the call with actually someone that was my big brother in high school, and I still touch base with him and work with him, and he's actually understanding this pitch I'm doing now about the buying notes, buying mortgages. So it's pretty interesting when you out here doing this type of work and two people get on the call and they're talking about you behind your back in a positive way. And that's what I wanted to share with y'all. Hey, it was interesting because he didn't tell me what to call about. He just said, you may want to share this with everybody because it's pretty powerful on his end. So kudos to Derek Wallace, which is the person that's buying, and kudos to Caleb McKenzie, which is the one that's on the mentees that out there selling and making some great wholesale deals and looking for more buyers. So what you just witnessed was mentee really calling a buyer, asking them, do they want to sell the property they already currently have? And if they don't want to sell it, are they interested in growing their portfolio? That is a way to get more buyers when you know somebody's buying something with cash already. So our call is to help you with financial security. Our call is to help you make money. Our call on Mondays is free. And this is our way of giving back because, hey, as we learn, earn, and return, we want you to do the same thing, learn, earn, and return. If you want to move faster, you join organizations like Investing Now 2021. That's when you have a paid service and we give you a plan and a path. But this right here, we want 5 figures for everybody. Everybody should be making 5 figures based off the information you learn. You need to join our Facebook group, five figure formula. It's our Facebook group. It's there for networking. It's for people that interested in making money in real estate, working with other people making money in real estate, whether you're doing a JV with another investor, whether you're literally working with real estate agents, bankers, hard money lenders, lending companies, whether you're working with attorneys. It's a networking. So 5 figure formula is out there for you to network in that community on Facebook. We have Investing Now 2021. That's our organization that you can grow with us. We give you a plan and path and we coach you through it to help you with that process. And then we have Why We Be Great. When you get to that point, you're just trying to be the best person you could be to help the next person out so that they could be great as well. So it's all about learn, earn, and return. It's all about giving back, and it's all about being the best version of yourself that you can be. So it's more than just making money. It's about mentorship. So I'm going to keep going on with this lesson right here because I think this is the best way forward. If you know how to wholesale, and if you don't know how to wholesale, we teach you how to wholesale first. That's our gateway into real estate investing. It's the easiest way. It's a strategy. You're not a wholesaler. You're an investor using a wholesale strategy. And the reason why using a wholesale strategy is because you maybe have limited money that you want to put into a deal. So you use other people's funds to fund that deal and you make a little bit of money out of it. As you make money, you find that one you want to keep, you cherry pick and you buy it. That's how it works. I like to think of Monopoly. You get 4, you buy the 5th one with the profits you made from those 4. That's your hotel, that's your house, that's your money maker. And every time you sell 4, take your profit, buy the 5th one, that's your house. That's what I teach people. For every child you have, you should have a rental property. For every child you have, you should have a rental property. When you pass, you leave your child with a house that's income producing or a house they can move into, or like case in point, I had a 2-year-old and I had bought a house in Virginia. And when he turned 15, I can do a line of credit against that property and buy his car for cash when he turns 16. Now the tenant is paying for his car, not me. I just took money away from something I already had, an asset. So that's why I like to tell folks, for every child you have a rental property. And the way to do it, if you don't have a lot of income that's basically available, then this is how you do it. You do wholesaling strategy, take lump sums and buy your rental with their money. All right, so this is a little bit of the overview. I hope you had a chance to look over there. I'm not going to go over it because I head up for a little while. You can get my audio book if you want to get on my schedule. That's the audio book link right there to get on my schedule. If you buy the book, it helps you with goal alignment. It helps you with a plan and path. It tells you how money works, and it helps you to understand that you can do it because I tell you about my experiences, and I teach you based off of that. You know, I am a school teacher by trade, so I do love helping others, right? So we do believe in learn, earn, and return. Learn from us, the coaches. Go earn some money by taking action. Real estate is awesome if you want to look at YouTube. Real estate is awesome if you want to read a book. I have several books you can read, but guess what? It's better when you go do the work. When you do the work, you learn from it. And then once you make the money, you can return back as a coach after you get good at that one strategy. Just use one. Don't try and learn 20, right? I'm introducing this to you because you always want to plan a path for the future. And this right here is a way for your money to make money. So when you start making money, you want your money to make money, not you work. So join our movement. We want to entice and ask you to join our movement. Our movement is about creating financial security, eliminating distractions, so you can live a fulfilled purpose, right? You want to go out there and fulfill your purpose, and you want to go out there and help others. You want to go out there and give to others. You want to go out there and mentor others. You want to just live your fantastic life, then that's what we want you to do. And we want you to do it by investing into real estate. So take notes, tell others. If we give you something great, go tell somebody else about it and invite them to it. Join our 5-figure formula, investing now, and why we can be great on Facebook communities. All right. So again, I threw that out there a little early, so I don't have to say it now, but you get a 15-minute complimentary call if you download the book, the audio book. It definitely helped with these points right here. Goal alignment, avoid mistakes, learning opportunities, and a personalized approach, because I tell you exactly how I did what I did, so you could do the same. All right. So guys, I accidentally got in this, right? My goal is to help with home ownership. I want more people to have a house and to own a home. So in order to do that, then I have to go out there and buy properties for people that cannot buy properties for themselves. So the way I stumbled on buying notes or buying mortgages is because I want to help people. I want to actually buy a property, rent the property out to them for a little period of time. Once we prove we got a good working relationship, then I turn it over to a seller finance to that person. I want them to own a house. I don't want that property forever. So if I do that, I need to have the paperwork done correctly up front. So if I don't know the right way to do the paperwork, then I'm either going to go pay a lawyer to do the paperwork, and he's not going to show me, or she is not going to show me. She's just going to do the paperwork. So I paid for this instructions from this young man to learn how to put a house under seller finance for the right price, a property, land, anything for the right price and for the right way to do it, right? So if you know the right way to do it, you can sell that mortgage to other folks. Now, the benefits of listening to what I got to teach you tonight or show you tonight or go over tonight is you learn how much a note is actually worth. You understand the importance of keeping records, accurate records, and you avoid tax problems. Nobody wants those problems. Nobody like the tax man in your life. Nobody wants the tax man in your life. So you want to do stuff correctly up front, so when tax time comes, you're not scared, right? What to do when payments are late, how to handle a foreclosure if you have to do a foreclosure, and how to keep your notes safe so that you don't lose it, nothing happened to it, and you keep it, and how to sell it to somebody that's for top dollar. Again, I want to sell the property to the people renting the house from me, but the note is sellable to somebody else. It's kind of like this business. I didn't name this business Coach Terrence. I named this business Investing Now, right? Investing Now 2021 can be sold to somebody else as it rolls over. I don't want to keep the business forever. I want to start something, sell it as an asset that's going to make more money, and then I want to pivot and put my money in something better and more lucrative, right? And less work. So again, that's what we're trying to do. It's 5 steps in doing that, right? So we're going to go over the basics, right, of a seller carryback. When you understand a seller carryback, you understand seller finance. When you understand seller finance, you understand how your money works. Then we're going to do a little small example to try and break down what it looks like to have a seller finance. And then we're going to talk about a little safety again, a little bit of ways that you can sell it and how to get the best offer for your notes. We all want the max money if we were to sell something. All right, so it's the basics. You have some kind of promissory note, security instrument, a mortgage, a deed of trust, and a land contract. Those are the basic things you're going to need when you come to seller finance, right? So we're going to break that on down a little bit more. A promissory note is just basically a secured lien against the property. Somebody promised to pay you, they sign a document, you file it at the courthouse. It's a lien against the property saying that here's the actual owner of the property, here's the person going to buy the property. And they promise to buy the property by making installment payment, right? So I kind of jump right into it. So the loan is the principal amount. This is when you learn a little vocabulary because you got to understand real estate. So when you have a loan, the principal amount is the part of the loan. When you look at the interest rate, that's whatever the amount that you're charging on top of the principal, and that's the part that you can sell to other people. That interest, they want that interest, right? And if you set it correctly from the beginning, you will make money on the beginning, in the middle, and on the back end if you do everything the way that we're teaching you and the way that my mentor that I paid for his coaching class is training me, right? So the amount of frequency the payment is that's a debt service. Every time you got to pay, what, twice a month, once a month, that's the debt service, your time period of paying. Then how much, when are you going to pay? What day are you going to pay? On the 1st? Are you going to pay the 15th? Are you going to pay the 28th of each month? Right? That's the due date. Penalties when late. How much the penalty is going to be? What's the interest rate? What's the daily rate? When is a bill delinquent and when is a bill late? It's the difference between delinquent and late. And then, you know what? Sometimes banks like the ones I work with got prepayment penalties. I paid a lot of prepayment penalties. I have paid a lot of them. I want to refinance and I pay early to refinance and do some debt consolidations. And the bank makes money off of me deciding to pay off early. They may guarantee a lump sum of money, right? So we kind of have those in our areas when we do the stuff correctly. When you do seller finance correctly, you will have that set up so that you can get paid a lump sum of money no matter what. That's why I say you make money on the front end, in the middle, and on the tail end when done correctly. And that's why it's important to understand this. So when you talk about security instrument, it's nothing but a document that's saying that, hey, if you default on this payment, if you don't do what you say don't do, then this is recorded inside of the parish or inside of the county courthouse, and it's a lien against the title. That's all it is. So security instruments is the lien. The lien, that's it, right? So simple vocabulary, kind of keep you on deck, right? So what do we call a lien? A lien is also called a mortgage, a deed of trust, and a land contract. So those are the ways to put that lien. That's the instrument you're using to put that lien against it. It's a mortgage. That's a note, right? A deed of trust. That's, hey, this is a document signed by 2 different people saying, hey, I'm trusting that you're going to pay me back. You get the deed once you pay me off in full. And you got land contract. So you got 4 different types of land contract. You probably got more than that, but we only going to talk about 4 of them. Installment contracts, contract for deeds, contract for sale, and conditional sale contracts. These are all different ways you can actually buy or purchase a property or sell a property to someone else. Sometimes you have it, when you do land contracts, most time it's like, hey, instead of we can sell a house because the house have a mortgage on it with a bank, then, hey, we're going to sell the land to you instead of selling that property to the house to you. That's another way of going around it, guys. Again, we're not trying to hide anything. We're giving the information away to help you to be successful. If you decide to move forward on your own, we're not trying to twist anybody's hand and say, work with us. We want you to be successful. So you can still sell properties when they have a mortgage on it by doing a land contract instead of doing that. And you have these different variations of land contract, and it's different variations because every state got different rules and words that they use, and it's a play on words. So we're giving it to you so you can know which one you may have to do if you can't just do a straight mortgage or if you can't do a deed of trust, right? We're gonna get more into this mortgage and deeds of trust and why that's important later on. And it may not be tonight, maybe another night, but this is where we at now. So a mortgage, it gives you the lender a lien on a real estate, which is a hypothecate, right? That's another word, a hypothecate, when you talk about liens against a secured note. Then you look at a borrower. They're the buyer. Understand the borrower is the buyer, also called a mortgagor. They are the buyer, right? And then you have a mortgagee, which is the lender, the one that's lending the property. Whenever you have the seller finance, you are the mortgagee, right? So understand that different terminology. If the borrower, the one that's buying the property, do not buy the property and the default, then you do a judicial foreclosure, or you can do a judicial or non-judicial foreclosure. But if judicial foreclosure calls, that means you got to use the court system to close on the property, to sell the property for you, to pay off all the expense you incur, and to pay off the foreclosure, and to pay off the debt. That's why you have a judicial. When you do judicial, that means the law is involved, and you have to get a lawyer involved, and they have to do the work. So you got to get a court system, right? That's all I mean, court system, judicial. Now, deed of trust, the difference is a trustee involved that holds the title. The borrower is the trustor. They don't want to bear the legal title on the paperwork because they got title insurance and all this and that. But the lender is still the owner of the property. They just bear the legal title, right? And then the lender is the beneficiary. So whenever you deal with a trust, you have an attorney or you have a third party that says, hey, here's the title. We have the actual title. The borrower is trying to buy and get a clean title by having your name off the title, which is you the beneficiary of the lender. That's why when banks say you got to keep insurance on your house, you got to pay the taxes on your house. If you don't, then the bank will pay for you, right? If the bank pay for you, they're going to pay a higher number. If they put insurance on your property, they're going to pay a higher cost. So it's going to be a good upsize, upcharge for them. So the buyer defaults, then the trustee, which is the lawyer that's holding the title, will go ahead and execute the foreclosure, right? So the borrower, the beneficiary just tell the lawyer to go ahead because they're so far in arrears, they're delinquent, and now it's time to do it. So not late, they're delinquent. Remember when I said late and delinquent is two different things. So understand that purpose, right? So this is the seller, which is the owner of the real property. This is the borrower, which is the trustor that's buying a property, right? And then this is the lawyer that's holding a title. This person, if they default, they not paying, the borrower not paying, the lender, which is the beneficiary, tell the lawyer to go ahead, attorney, to go ahead and start the foreclosure on the process. All right, hope you got it. Now, deed of trust, when it's non-judicial, right? I told you it was judicial and non-judicial. Non-judicial means you don't have to use the court system. You don't have to wait for a judge to say, hey, yes, boom, drop the gavel. Now, non-judicial is when you just say, hey, they're in arrears. You go to the attorney and say, trustee, go ahead and execute the foreclosure. If they execute the foreclosure and it sells to a third party bidder, right, at the courthouse, gonna sell at the courthouse, right? If they sell it, then at the end of the day, that if it's sufficient money, if it's in the absence of third party, you get the property back. But if it's enough money to pay off the foreclosure fees and everything, then you're good to go, right? You break even. If it's just enough to pay off all your fees, your attorney fees, and the late payments and the debt, then you just break, hey, I just made the money that I'm gonna make. That's it. Not a big profit, not an overload, just that much, right? So that's what the good thing about this is. So non-judicial, you don't need to go through a court judge to say, boom, drop the gavel, you got to do. That's the difference. All right, let's go. If you need to direct the trustee to start the non-judicial course, you may be, all right, so you may or may not get the entire loan. If you don't get the entire loan back, that they pay the full amount for the fees, the costs, the expenses that occur, right? Then you just get the property back. That's it. That's the only thing different. So you may break even or you may make a profit if they pay over. That's the catch-22 when you're doing the non-judicial foreclosures and the other foreclosures. May jump ahead. Okay. Boom, let's go right here. All right, so with this one, same thing, generally limited to property. So worst case scenario, nobody bid enough to pay for the fees. Nobody bid enough to pay for the foreclosure fees, the costs, and the expenses. Then you get the property back. You get the property back. That's all it said. So you still win because you can get the property back and make a profit. And you bought it at the right price, so you don't have to worry about, did I lose money, right? You may not be making money every month, but if you bought the note at the right price, you bought it at a discount, and you got a property that's worth more than what the note is, right? So that's how you have to look at this business. It's not about, oh, I'm not making money each month, right? This is about, I am making money. So a land contract. Again, I already talked about it a little bit more. I'm just breaking down a little bit more. Seller agrees to sell the land to the buyer, right? The buyer pay installments, and to the installments are paid in full. Then they get the total title to the house and the property and the land. Now, I used this last week. This kind of helped you to get your mind right about seller finance. Why would a bank or why would somebody that have a note on a house want to sell it? All right, if you have a 180 months, right? 180 months. Here's the principal amount. This the payment amount. The payment is right at $900. Look at the interest. The interest amount is $583. The principal reduction amount. This is the part of going towards the principal, $315. Now, do you see why somebody wouldn't mind buying notes, buying 5 to 10 years of notes? You're making this kind of profit on this money, $583, and this only piece that's going to the principal. Make $581 on the second payment, $317 going to the principal. You're profiting a lot of money by buying notes from banks or buying notes from seller finance or setting up a seller finance. Do you see why now I don't mind buying a rental property and rent the house out, the property to a person for so many years. And once they paid me so many years, then I say, hey, let me sell it to you on a seller finance. Now, if I sell it on a seller finance and I set it correctly, it's based off 180 with a 7% interest, $100,000 starting off. On the front end, I'm making money in the middle now. I already made money from being a rental. Now I'm making money each month. This is the interest I'm making. This is profit. All this column is profit. Profit. This is the only piece that's going toward the principle of buying down the debt. That's why I took the class. That's why I paid this man for this knowledge. I want to set up every last one of my renters as a seller finance, and I want to set up correctly the first time. I want to be the bank. And I want to teach as many people that are willing to learn how to be the bank. Again, 5-figure formula on Facebook, our group, that's our networking. You can network. Join that group. It's free. Investing Now 2021. That's our coaching program. Download this audiobook. Listen to the audiobook so you kind of understand how money works, right? Get to know me a little bit because I talk about me. Then get on my schedule. You get a 15-minute coaching call with me where I sit down and talk to you for a little while. And then we try and help you with get to where we at right here and start making this type of money a month. This type of money a month on a $100,000 house with a 7% interest. And I haven't, so if I do any loans, it's going to be at least 9 to 10% interest. Not going to be at 7%. I'm telling you that now. That's not going to happen. All right, so we're going to get into something new now. So we're going to talk about I wanted to get you excited about this before I talk about seller carryback. So the first and second position lien, you kind of want to know where you at in that model. So if you got a house that already got a mortgage on it and you're selling to somebody else, then you're going to be in second lien. You're not going to be in first lien position. The bank going to be already in a first lien position. You'll be in second lien. And you want to double check to make sure that you're in the second lien position. The way you know that is when you do your documentation with the attorney office and the person that's buying the property, you will go down to the courthouse and look, and I think I'm getting ahead of myself, but you go down to the courthouse and make sure when they record it, which one they record first, which position, the bank, and then you, boom. So you can sell a property with a mortgage on it. That's the thing about it. That's why I show you about the land contract. Now, the other sexy part about this is you can sell a property higher on a seller finance than what is value. Do you understand that? If the market value says it values $90,000, you can sell that property for $100,000 all day, every day. Why can you do that? Good question. Great question. You can do that because that person is going to avoid all these pay points, these fees that they get at the bank, and any other costs associated with an institutional loan. You can actually get somebody to pay you more for something that's not as valuable at the market rate because of that. And that's how you make money on the front end. Remember, I told you make money on the front end, and the middle, and on the back end. Not to mention, if you do my method that I'm telling you to do, buy it as a rental, rent it out to them for a little while, you already made money as a rental. Then you go sell it to them at a seller finance, and they come with a down payment. Now you made money in the middle. Then you make money on payments, and then you sell the mortgage to somebody else, and you make another lump sum of money. Or you sell a portion of the mortgage to somebody else, and you make some money, and then you make some more money when you get your portion back. We're going to talk more about that. That's just sexy to me. I don't know why that's sexy, but it's sexy as heck to me. All right, so creation of seller finance carryback loans. You have so many examples, it's ridiculous. Guys, when you're talking about, you only limited to how uncreative you are. If you're creative, you can make this happen. You have seller carryback that you can do just no balloon notes, straight payments, right? Just straight payments each month, so many months, 30 years of payments, and you're just getting a lump sum of money, right? If the house paid off and clear, you're making a lump sum of money, right? That's sexy to me. You also have where you amortize 5 years and then do a balloon. Like, hey, in 5 years, you need to pay me off, right? A lease option, put $5,000 down. Hey, in 3 years, you need to go ahead and pay me the $95,000. That's a balloon, right? You got 5-year balloons, you got 10-year balloons, you got 15-year balloons. You can do it all kind of ways. You got interest only, and then a balloon. Hey, you could pay me for this house. I want to sell it to you for $100,000. You pay me $300 interest only for the next 2 years, and then you need to pay me the $100,000 by year 3. Guys, you just made $300 a month. You ain't worried about no toilets. You're not worried about no taxes. You're not worried about no insurance. You're making $300 a month on that property. It's just examples. I'm not telling you to do it that way. It could be 500. It could be 1,000, right? But they got rules out there for how much you can't go up. I will say that. So check with the attorney to make sure you do that right, because you don't want no loan short laws either. All right. And I got to throw that disclaimer out there. So you got step-up programs where you can charge in the first year 8% interest, second year 9% interest, third year 10% interest, and go on and on and on. Based off the fact that you told these folks, hey, I need you to go ahead and close me out as quickly as possible. Get your credit together. Okay, let's talk about that. Who is your audience? You got beauticians, you got barbers, you got truck drivers. They don't have a W-9 job, and they actually have the money, but they don't have credit cards, and they don't have all these other things that they can qualify with an institutional loan. Then you have people that have they have the job, but they don't have the down payment, right? You have people that have the job, have the money, have the credit, but don't have the down payment. And now you can do a seller finance to them, a seller carryback on a second lien position, and then do the same thing, guys. So it's so many ways of doing this. You only limit to your creativity. All right, so we're going to get more into it. I gave you a lot of examples up front, and this is where I kind of told you, I kind of got ahead of myself again. A free and clear property, $100,000. That's how much you're going to sell it for. $10,000 down, seller carryback $90,000. The house only value $90,000. House market value is $90,000. That's why I said the house appraised for $90,000, right? However, since the person don't have the credit to get it from an institutional loan, they can't go to the bank, they can't get it any other kind of way, then you can actually say, hey, I'll sell it to you for $100,000 with $10,000 down. And now they right at market value when you're buying it, when they're buying it from. Knowing this class has taught me how to do this correctly so I can make money. Now you have something in here that you don't know about, and I learned about through this coaching and this mentoring that I'm paying for. Second mortgage money market, the secondary mortgage money market. That is where all the notes are being bought and sold at. So they have numbers out there that they go by. And by knowing that, we know that this property that's only worth $90,000 on us is equivalent to $80,000 cash. So that's another $10,000 discount. Another $10,000 discount. You already got your $10,000, so you're good. It's another $10,000 discount based off of the $90,000 seller carryback because they're appraised for 90. So now you got some equity in there. You got a little equity in it, right? As you buy the note. And that's saying the note is at a 15%. It yields 15%. Now, when we say yield 15%, I don't want to get too deep in that right now because it's going to get a little confusing for you. You're not there yet. But assuming the market yield 15% is like right now, the interest rates for buying a house is like at 8%. So if you're using borrowed money like a line of credit, and your money is at 8%, then hey, you'll want a 15% interest on that property because you need to mark it up to make your profit. You're borrowing money, a line of credit, to purchase the notes that you're going to buy the notes. And then you got to make a gap between that 15%. So if you yield 15%, then you can sell that property for 15% to that person. They can't go to the bank and get an institutional loan, and it's the only way they can buy a property. Then hey, you're still in the clear. Different between that 8% and that 15%. That's your profit, right? So I hope that makes sense to you. But like I said, that's a little tricky right now if you don't understand, marking up. But I think you do. I hope you do based off that example. All right, so note safety. Note safety is very important because you want to keep your note in a good spot. You want to keep it in a safety deposit. You want to keep it in a fireproof safety area because a note can be signed on the back of it and endorsed to somebody else. So you don't want nobody to steal your note and just sign and say, "Now, this is my note now," right? They can just steal it. So you want to keep that note safe. That's why we say the art of buying paper, or art of buying notes. The guy that taught me this, he got a book out there, Troy Fullwood. He's the one that teaching me this business and mentoring me through this. And he basically say, hey, you're buying paper. You're not buying no brick and mortar. You're buying paper. And when you buy paper, you got to keep that paper safe. So you want to get you a definite, if you decide to start buying notes or doing this, is unstable. Hopefully y'all can hear me. All right. What else we got right here? So note safety. Okay, I got to hit it myself again. So loan to ratio value. Whenever you're looking at a note, you want it. If you pay it off in clear, you're good on the loan to value of the ratio, right? The LTV. You're good on that. If it's got a loan on it, the higher the loan and the less payments on there is still sexy because, as we know, the lender make most of the interest on the front end of a note on a mortgage, right? The lender make most of the money the first 18 years if it's a 30-year loan, or the first 9 years if it's a 15 years loan. Most of the money going towards interest, and then it start balancing out to be principal and interest. So loan to value is important to understand. Hey, if you're on the front end, they just signed that note, you're good to go. You're making a profit for sure. If you're on the back end, it ain't a 6. All right, it ain't a 6. So that's why it's discounted different. All right, you got storage. Again, I told you to store it in a nice, safe spot, fireproof. Payment records. You must do payments correctly. You can't be doing this stuff on no doggone. You can do it on a freaking Excel document, but you better be on point with what day they paid, how much they late, how much a late fee is going to be. When you receive the late fees, you must do it organized and you must do it correctly. Any late payments, you want to definitely document it and understand what the late payments was. And at the end of the year, you want to have an itemized list of all the delinquent, the late, and when they paid on a date, right? You want to have that. So it's very important to keep that note safe, and you want to keep it organized and structured. So if you was to sell a note to somebody else, your paperwork is decent and in order. They would love to buy it if it's decent and in order, right? So here's another note, safety and loan to value ratio. So a loan to value ratio, make sure it's safer. All right. Second, all right, I already got ahead of myself. I told you this. Loan current 30,000. First DIT loan 100,000. Current property 200,000. All right. So this is one of the examples, just breakdown of if you were to have a balance on a house that's worth value. Let's look like this. Do it backwards. The house value $200,000. That's what it values, right? You have a current balance of $30,000, and you have a loan balance of $100,000. So if you multiply that, that's 65%. So 130,000, that's at 65%. Right? So you're getting a great deal by buying that property at 130,000. You're getting 65% off. So that's pretty good, right? That's some good money. You getting something worth $200,000, 65% off, 130,000. So this is just an example of no safe. This is good LTV. It's a good LTV right here, 65%. All right, went over this. Oh, make copies too. Make copies of your notes. Make sure you got copies of your notes and you put it in different spots. All right, we talked about that. All right, maximize your note value. All right, I already talked about this. Detailed records, well organized, legible, payment history verified by patterns, and document late payments. All right, I got to hit it myself. Kind of know this stuff right now, I guess. I've been studying it pretty hard. No problems, late payments. All right, so reach out to the buyer. So whenever somebody do not pay, guys, whether you got a rental or whether you have a note you're buying, no, doesn't matter. When somebody's late, do not play ostrich and stick your head in the hole. Call them, contact them, see what's going on. Do not say, where my money? Do not call somebody and say, where my money? Call them and say, hey, how you doing? I hope all is well. Is everything okay? Oh, okay. Well, I noticed that it's the 3rd of the month, and unfortunately, my bank account, is not a little light right now. Is there something going on with your payment right now? Did you check with your bank? Oh, you didn't pay. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Okay, well, we need to really think about this one right now, because right now, excuse, we really need to think about this right now because you're late and because you didn't communicate at this moment, you're accumulating late fees and late charges daily. So what can we do to help you, assist you with making a payment now and making payments to get caught up? If you have that conversation, 9 times 10, you'll get some type of money. Some type of money. May not be all, but it's better than zero. It's better than a foreclosure, and it's better than a vacant house. So again, be respectful, be nice, be courteous. Don't call and say, where's my money? Say, hey, how you doing? How's things going with you? Hey, we noticed that our bank account has not received the funds yet. If something going on with your bank, that's not accusing them of not paying. That's saying, hey, we just haven't received it. That's respect, right? But reinforce, you will be paying late fees because of the lack of communication that has encountered this problem. And we have to call you. So, hey, we got to call you about it. Then that's one thing. Even if you do call us, we're willing to work with you, but still, late fees must be charged because it's a penalty. If I don't pay the bank, they don't work with me. All right. So notes that are delinquent. Anything longer than a month is delinquent. Remember, I told you I was going to talk about that. Anything longer than a month is delinquent. It's no longer late, it's delinquent. You are behind. And when you're delinquent, you are looking at probably a foreclosure process. A non-judicial foreclosure, 4 to 6 months. Sexy, right? You don't need the judge to drop a gavel. That's sexy right there. 4 to 6 months is not that bad. I know most will say, oh, what about my money every month? What about my money? Guys, it's okay. You bought the house, it's worth $200,000 for $130,000. You got a 65% off discount. You can sell the property for $70,000, 70%, and make your money back plus a little bit of profit, right? So you can make your money back by selling the property back off, and you will make your money back, right? So 4 to 6 months, non-judicial foreclosure, trustee sells someone's higher bid, so it basically, if it covers the money that's owed back to you, plus the attorney fees, plus the foreclosure process, plus the taxes, plus the insurance that you put on the property, because you want to secure all that, right? So you got to spend some money. That's why you got to keep on working. You can't just stop working right now unless you got several homes that producing income and use the home from other income to supplement whenever a house go down. But you got some expenses in there, right? Or you can call the people and talk to the buyer. And the buyer willing to try and get caught up on delinquent payments, you can restructure the note. Guys, it's sexy. I'm telling you, you don't want to say get out. You don't want to foreclose. If you can do these things right here, call and talk to them and get them to pay some money, is better than none. And you can restructure the loan to be a higher note each month to pay you back still your money, right? So that's what you will want to do. You don't want a vacant house and you don't want to go to foreclosure. So this is your steps, 4 to 6 months right there. Let's talk about, all right, so can be sold at any time. Notes can be sold at any time. Full price, partial, 2 methods, right? 2 methods, full price or partial. Now, this is going to get very sexy. I hope y'all following me. I am a little long-winded tonight. I'm going through a lot of it tonight. I didn't go through this far. This is a lot more information than most of the time I go through this. So examples of a note to be the receiving payments. So try and break this down for you and make it make sense. Loan to value, right? So the value of the property is supposed to be 100 grand. This is how much you're selling the property for. That's not the value. The value was 90 grand. This still going back to that first example. 100 grand you're selling it. The balance is 93,000, right? The value 95,000. They send the value 95,000 at a 9% interest rate for 30 years, 360 months. Your payments is $764, and you got 24 payments have been made already. So your current balance is 93,000. All right, so this is different. I'm sorry, we didn't go back to the example, right? So sale price is 100 grand. We're talking about $95,000 ARV, 95,000 ARV, 9% interest, 30 years, $764.39 monthly payments, 24 payments in, $93,000 balance. This is a sexy one right here because you got the first deed, you got the first lien position right now in this about old, and the buyer already have equity of $10,000. Now you can literally sell this loan. I don't want to get ahead of myself. Let me make sure. All right, yep, let's not get ahead of myself. All right, so full price sale. If you did a full price sale, you can sell that note with cash for $79,000. $79,000. You already made 20. You already made how many months? 24. You already made 24 months of interest. You already made 24 months of interest, right? And you can set a $93,000 loan on a secondary market. Now, this number is coming based off of my mentor understanding secondary market. Understand that. Now, that's the part where you got to know somebody and work with people to understand the concept of the secondary market. So this all day long would go for $79,000 cash. Somebody will buy that $93,000 balance for $79,000, all right? That's how much that would be. You'll still be getting those payments of $764, and you'll be making a good interest, right? Now, if you do a partial payment, that's a full payment right here. This is the example of full. Let's say you want to do just 5 years. That's a partial. Remember I told you make money on the front end, right? On the front end by being a rental. You make another money by a down payment. Then you make another money by doing a partial. Guys, and then you make more money on the tail end. So a partial payment, hey, somebody want to buy 60 months, 60 payments. They pay $35,000 for 60 payments. Loan balance when you receive it back after the 5 years, $124,000. That's how much profit there. Well, $88,000 right there. I'm sorry, $88,000. Right? So that's another way to make more money on the front end, in the middle, and then it come back to you. You make some more money when it come back to you after those 5 years. We're talking about 30 years, guys. What are the other one at? We're talking about 30 years. 30 years. We're talking about 360 payments. We only selling 60 months of it. Only 60 months. So you still got money to make on the back end, right? Receive the last 96 payments. Pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Make sure I ain't go too far. Now, that's a lot of numbers. I understand that, hey, doing this on the computer and doing this in front of you like now is like, okay, that's a lot of numbers. Sounds sexy. I don't get it, but you just basically got to understand this. The secondary market saying you get a discount if you buy it in bulk. You get a discount of $14,000, 139.49 cents off the $93,000 to make it $79,000. Why are you getting a discount for buying it in bulk? Because at the end of if you're doing a 30-year, after 18.5 years, that principal and that money is mostly going towards principal. So that's why you're getting a discount. The last few years of the 18.5 years, after a 30-year mortgage, after 18.5 years, those payments are all mostly principal payments. So you're not making much off the interest. Still payments, but not making much off the interest. Hope it makes sense to you. All right? It's a little complex, but it's not that complex. However, you always can refinance again. You can refinance again to them. Say, hey, you want your monthly notes to go down? Refinance and start it all over again. The bank does it all the time. That's what they don't tell you. All right. Go to the next one. So partial payment. All right. I should copy and paste the other piece. I didn't do that. All right. So I got to fix this because it's a partial payment. And I put the full payment in there. So I got to update. Okay. So that's as far I'm going to go because I did not update these slides. All right. Cool beans. So nonetheless, let me go to the last slide. I'm almost done my presentation. All right. So tonight has been a lot of information now, and I hope that it wasn't overwhelming. If you want to get on my schedule and you want to talk to me, you download the audiobook, the audiobook.investingnow2021.com. That's my audiobook. It's $9. Download the audiobook. You're going to get a free 15-minute consultation with me. And then we'll go over everything we need to talk about to help you out with a plan and path to help you to financial security. Our goal is to help as many people meet financial security so they clear the distractions and they can live their fulfilled life and they can help other people. Learn, earn, and return is our motto. We want to give it the information away. We want to introduce to you so many ways that you can make money in real estate so you can be successful for your family and start a generational wealth and start a legacy, and you be the difference and you start that movement. You be the difference in your city. You be the difference in your community. You be the difference in your state. You be the difference in wherever area you are. That's what we hope to do. That's why we exist. We exist so that you can be better. We want to be better. We want others to be better. We're spreading the love. So feel free to download the audiobook again. Like I said, that's the way to get on my schedule. Continue to meet with us, continue to grow with us, continue to follow us. Facebook, you got that on Facebook, Investing Now 2021. You have 5-Figure Formula on Facebook, and you have Why We Be Great Communities. That's 3 communities, all 3 different angles. Why We 5-Figure Formula is about networking with other people in real estate to make money together. Investing Now 2021 is the people that's a part of our coaching program, working with them. And we give you a plan and path to work with the people in 5-Figure Formula to help them make money, right? We're going to give you the plan and path. We're going to give you a recipe to go make money with them if you decide to, right? And then Why Wait to Be Great is a little bit higher calling. We're saying, hey, you want to be the cream of the crop. You want to be the best version of you. That's our self-development, our home improvement, our self-improvement, our self-taught. That's how we coach others and mentor others and be the best version of us. Right. So those are the ways. Investing Now 2021 is on YouTube. You can listen to this replay. It's being recorded live. It's also live in 5-Figure Formula. It's also live in Investing Now 2021 on Facebook as well. So this has been recorded live in several different locations. So we definitely thank you for coming to us. You have a decision to make. You can either fight and say, I want to be a part of this and run through it and go out there and do the work. You can flight. You can run out and say, hey, I'm done. I can't do this. I'm not going to do this too much. Or you can freeze and say, I'm going to be paralyzed. I'm not going forward. I'm not going left or right. I'm going to sit where I'm at. I'm going to keep going back to my 9 to 5. I'm going to keep on doing the same thing I've been doing, and I keep getting the same result. That's what your answers could be, right? Fight, flight, or freeze. 5-Figure Formula. That's what I came up with to try and get folks enticed to take the next level. If you have any questions, I did actually pretty good. It's 5, okay, 3 minutes. So if you have any questions, please raise your hand. If you're on a Zoom call, if you're on Facebook and YouTube, I can't see you. I have to get some better software where I can see everybody at one time. I just got it going live on that. So if you have any questions, please feel free to raise your hand. I would love to go over any details you would like me to go over. Right. Well, hey, I appreciate you all staying on to the end. Thank y'all for coming on. I don't know why it's not the other people not on. That's fine, but the information out there, I did my part. I have a blessed evening. I'm going to return your 2 minutes back to you. And I hope y'all have a great night. And if you have any questions, please get on my schedule. Let's talk. All right. Take care. Thank y'all so much for everything you do. Looking forward to working with you.